Okay, all right. What's up, beautiful people? This is Dr. Michelle Wilshire, and if you are watching this video, you clicked on it because you want to decrease your stress, anxiety, decrease tension, experience or practice a little more mindfulness, whatever the case may be. This is a relaxation exercise that I'm going to run through, demonstrating the entire way through. A reason you will want to practice this is because it is super easy. Progressive muscle relaxation. And I encourage you to do this prior to bed. I've learned this technique over 15 years ago. I use it with my active clients, and most of my clients, I would say 98.9% of my clients say pretty much the same thing. After the exercise, they feel sleepier. They, most importantly, feel reduced tension. And then when they focus on parts of their body, they realize that those parts that were aching before are not aching as much, or it's completely gone. All right, so some other key points to keep in mind. You're going to want to find a relaxed place to sit or lie down. So you could do this in either position. And no matter what, sitting or lying down, make sure you uncross your legs, uncross your arms, and preferably you'll find a quiet place or put in some headphones lightly for some background music. All right, anything else? Oh, if you feel sharp pain anywhere in your body as you're doing this, please stop. That's an indicator. That's the bad pain, right? Bad pain is when it's sharp and it's really achy. All right, other than that, remember to keep breathing. Oxygen gives you life, and you can do this. I promise you, you can do this. So let's jump on in to this amazing technique. Okay, so you've found a comfortable place to either sit or lie down. Remember, this is called progressive muscle relaxation. So the whole idea is that you're going to be tensing different parts of your body and then releasing that tension. Take off my bracelet. Okay, so what you're going to do is that you're going to start by either closing your eyes or casting your eyes down. And then we're going to start by taking normal pace breaths. You do not have to change the way that you're breathing. I simply want you to focus for a moment on your breathing. Take a moment to just notice the way that you're breathing and taking note of the air entering your nostrils, exiting your nostrils or your mouth. Focus for a moment on that air as it fills your lungs, fills your stomach with air. And this is just a gentle reminder that you are breathing. You are making this happen. Yes, breathing is happening in the background automatically. It's on auto, but you are still contributing to this experience. You do have this level of control. Focusing on your breathing, appreciating what it's doing for you, that it is filling your blood cells with oxygen, filling you with life. you are contributing to this part of your experience. Okay, now that you've spent some time appreciating and focusing on your breath, breathing in and out, what you're going to do next is you're going to imagine a giant scanner. You know, like the one at the grocery store, you know, or kind of like the animated version where it has all those lasers. It's usually red or green. And imagine the scanner as it slowly moves from the top of your head all the way down to your body. But starting at the top of your head, I want you to allow that scanner is sort of like your mind, heightened focus on every part of your body. And what you're doing is you're observing what are you feeling in these different parts of your body. So for example, as the scanner goes from the top of my head, I'm noticing I'm not feeling much of anything at the top of my head. And that's okay. We're just taking note. As it goes down the side of my ears and front of my face, everything seems pretty calm up until it gets right here to my neck and my shoulders. And what I'm going to take note of is that it's a little bit tense. And so right there, you can make a little bit of an adjustment, just taking note. That's all you're doing right now is you are observing and focusing your mind's eye on all these different parts of your body, just very slowly. You know, if you feel anything on your shoulders, you can sort of move them and adjust. You know, continue going down, front of your chest, down your back. Are there any aches and pains? Does it feel exceptionally well today? Or is it pretty much neutral? You're not making any judgments as you are doing this body scan. You're simply observing and allowing yourself to be. This is, again, something else that you can control, a power that you have. All the way down, across your legs, over your knees, and all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And the feet, reminding yourself your feet take on so much, whether it's pain, weight, exhaustion, all the different things. So making sure you spend a moment at the bottom of your feet observing, what do they feel like? Is there anything uncomfortable at all? And you're going to take these little notes, sort of just pin them up in the side of your memory right here just for a moment, little post-it notes of places that felt good, places that felt not so good, and places that were pretty much neutral. Remembering to breathe. All right, so starting with this exercise, finally we're at this point. We're going to go through different parts of your body, and I'm going to describe every part, okay, every step of the way. So imagine for a moment that you've eaten something sour, super sour, whether it's a sour ball of candy or some kind of fruit that was super sour. You know, usually what happens is you start to scrunch your face. It's not the prettiest face, but I'm going to do it for you. You're going to scrunch your face up. And every time you do this scrunching motion, you're going to hold that position. And I'm going to count to 7. Okay, I'm going to count to 7 at different paces. All right, and we're going to do each body part twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to do the tension for 7 seconds, my 7 seconds, or a count of 7, and then you're going to release. And when you release, try to just allow your body to drop. Wherever you're sitting or laying is sturdy enough to hold your weight, so allow your body to get heavy. Okay, so starting with your face, on the count of 3, you're going to create tension as if you ate something really sour. I'm going to do the face, but I have to also count, so it's a little difficult for me to do both. All right, so here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, tense. And counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. Again, so I can't hold and count, unfortunately, but you're going to do it for yourself, right? So scrunching your face on the count of 3 again. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. And when you release, take note of what your face, your eyes, your whole cabeza, what does it feel like? What are you noticing? Remembering to breathe and moving on to the next body part. Shoulders. So you're going to take your shoulders and pull them up as far as you can towards your ears. If you can get them to your ears, great. But you're going to hold it for the count of 7. And at 7, release and just drop all of your weight as much as possible. Allow your body to decide which direction it wants to drop it to. Okay? So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. All right. Remembering to breathe. It's normal pace breath. You don't have to change your breathing. On the count of 3 again. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. Allow your body to drop. You don't have to hold yourself up. Just allow your body to release. And then taking note of anything that has changed or shifted in this part of your body. Great. Okay, we're almost there. Halfway there. So next we're going to do our arms. You're going to put your arms out like Superwoman, Superman, right? And you're going to ball your fist up. And when you ball your fist up, you're squeezing just enough to create tension all along your arm, all the way up to your shoulders, right? So again, remember, it shouldn't be sharp pain. Sharp pain we do not want. So if you feel that, you're going to stop immediately. But you do want to feel like, like if someone were to hit your hand, that you couldn't be moved, right? So very, very strong. Okay, so on the count of 3, you're going to tense your arms. And on my count of 7, after count of 7, you're going to release. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Remembering to breathe. That is still in your power. Taking note of what your arms feel like, what your body's experiencing. This is you practicing autonomy. This is you practicing self-care and self-love. Simple, gentle reminders. And on the count of 3, we're going to go again. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Okay. You may start to notice that the second count is a little bit longer. And it's important that you switch it up a little bit. So the first count being short, the second round being longer. It creates a varying effect. All right, we're almost there. 2 more body parts to go. So the next part is your butt, your glutes, whatever you want to call it, your booty. You're going to tense your butt cheeks. And when you tense, you'll notice that your body will lift a little bit. That's how you know you're tensing enough. All right, so you're going to squeeze your butt together on the count of 3, and I'm going to count off 7. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Allow yourself to sink into your chair. Remember to breathe. Here we go again, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, tense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, release. All right. Just a reminder to take note of what your body's experiencing. A little sticky note up in your mind. Any observations? We're going to debrief at the end. Well, you're going to debrief with yourself, but we will do a little bit of talking at the end. Okay, last body part, your legs. All right, so we're at the last body parts, your legs. Again, for the first round, you're going to point your toes forward. So just so you can see here, you're going to point your toes. And so your feet are going to be up off the ground and pointed. If you're lying down, you can leave your, if you're lying down, you can leave your legs sitting, laying on, the surface. You don't have to move them off the ground. But when you're sitting, you're going to lift them off the ground. Okay? You don't have to lift them very high, just enough for clearance to do your toes forward. And then the second round, you're going to flex your feet back. Okay, so for the first round, pointing your toes forward. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Remembering to breathe. Whatever direction your body wants to collapse in, just allow it. While we can control some things, we don't have to control all things. All right, second round. You're going to flex your feet back, just like that. And create tension all the way up your legs. All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. All right, so now taking a deep breath, exhaling, you're going to do a body scan. Again, a quicker body scan. You don't have to use your arms. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So taking note of the different parts of your body that you scanned before that maybe you felt a little bit of tension or a little awkwardness in, and paying special attention to those areas to assess, what do those areas feel like now? Making your way all the way down. One more time, just very quickly. Okay. Remembering to breathe. I'm going to go silent for 30 seconds to allow you to pay special attention to different parts of your body and to create these little notes in your mind about this experience. And also to give you a moment to come back to this space if you found yourself in a more hypnotic state or a more relaxed state. Right, so I'm going to go silent for 30 seconds. Okay. Whenever you're ready, opening your eyes, stay in a comfortable position. This is the part in my sessions with clients where I ask a few questions and help them to debrief their experience to better understand what they've gone through and their observations. So throughout this exercise, you heard me prompt you to make little post-it notes, for example, of what you were feeling, and also along the way it's important to note what you were thinking. And so coming up with at the end of this an opinion about the experience is important. To tell yourself, I liked it, I didn't like it, I'm neutral. Ask yourself why. What was going on for you during this experience? Another important observation to make and to point out is, what was difficult for you? If there was an area that you found challenging or something that you didn't enjoy as much as other parts. Maybe there was a certain part of this experience you didn't like, and it wasn't really just a 1 star the whole thing. Maybe there were movements in this that you didn't enjoy, but other parts that you did. So not just giving it a general score, but also looking at, what was I thinking, what was I feeling, what was I doing in this exercise? Did I have to fight back emotion? Was I fighting my thoughts? Right? Sometimes a lot of thoughts pop up and it feels like, am I doing this wrong? And the good news is, no, you're not, if you're feeling that way. Anyhow, at the end, it's just important to debrief with yourself to understand where you're at in this exercise. And also, like I said, some of my clients say things like, my shoulders felt tight and now they don't. And so if that's part of your experience as well, noting that, because you have to solidify these experiences. If we just do it without thinking and assessing, then it becomes more passive than active coping. And you want to have a bit more active coping mechanisms than passive coping. So passive meaning that you're not really engaged in the coping, you're just sort of watching TV or listening to music. That's important as well. But also active coping, where you are the hero of the whole experience. You are activating your sense of calm. So I encourage you to practice methods like this, to stay engaged in them, and then to debrief. Because in the end, your autonomy and exercising your power is going to feed into your goals and your vision.